Hello everybody, welcome back to the King of the North achievement run. Swedish achievement run anyways. This is part 5. In the last episode, quite a bit has happened. In fact, we have vassalized the former overlord of Denmark. We are now in control of them. They are our vassal. We've taken vast swaths of Novgorodian land. And, perhaps most importantly and most unfortunately, we are in a regency council, which means we cannot wage war. But I don't want you guys to fret. In fact, in the last episode, we've also, or rather since the last episode, I was able to guarantee the independence of Novgorod, and you'll see why I did this. You might be like, well, Alzabo, this was your former enemy. Why would you ever, guarantee their independence? Well, I'll tell you why. It's because Muscovy has the mission to conquer Novgorod, and because we can't wage a war, because our king is 4 years old, and he's, a little shit, basically, this will bring us into war whenever Muscovy attacks Novgorod, which should be pretty soon. Between the two episodes, rather between episode 4 and the beginning of episode 5, which is this episode, I have cored all of the territory that you see here in Novgorod. And I've also cored the Norwegian territory that we've stolen from Norway. In fact, in also the last episode, for those of you who are new, we have taken the mission to protect Norway, which means that we get a subjugation casus belli. As soon as we can declare war on them, we can 100% get war score on them, get 100% war score, and then use that to vassalize them, which is fantastic. So anyways, let's go ahead and continue where we left off. We need to rebuild our military a little bit. We're not really quite at the forcement. In fact, we're halfway there. So if Muscovy was to attack soon, we'd be kind of up, shit creek without a paddle. So let's go ahead and work on rebuilding that military that we've so much lost in the prior episode with our war. So we're gonna make another Latin Knight that are men-at-arms. I'll make 3 more men-at-arms. I think we should go up to around 18,000 infantry, 6,000 cavalry. Although, to be honest, our infantry is really quite good. In fact, it might be better if we were to go to men-at-arms. For those of you who have never played Sweden, we do get really, really good traditions. It gives us infantry combat ability of plus 20%. In fact, it might make more sense for us to just make most of our army out of infantry at this point. Give me 1 minute as I locate my alarm. I was going to set an alarm before I started this video. I have completely forgotten to do so. Let's just check Steam real quick. We are at 11:28 a.m. I will check back at around noon, so that's fine, no worries. Let's go and continue where we left off. Sweet. Again, we have guaranteed the peace of Novgorod, and Muscovy wants to attack them. Of course, it's almost 1500s, which means that Muscovy is about to acquire exploration ideas, and once they do, it's going to be too late for us. So we need to be going to war with Muscovy and releasing their vassal of Perm so they are locked from colonizing Siberia. So let's go ahead and continue where we left off. Fantastic, fantastic. Let's go ahead and do so. So oh my god, I didn't plan this. But almost immediately since starting this episode, from unpausing, we have... wow, okay, so Muscovy has declared war on Novgorod, and we've rather guaranteed their independence, which means that we're going to be dragged into war. I need Muscovy to be a rival before we go into the conflict, which they are. Fantastic, fantastic. We will join them, of course. Let's go ahead and check the stats of the war. Muscovy does have a few more thousand men than I do, but that's okay. Again, I'm going to be recruiting some men in my territory over here in Swedish Finland. Of course, for those of you who have missed it, we have made Finland completely Swedish. There is, in fact, no more Finnish culture. Sorry, Finns who are watching this, but, Sweden, it's more important than Finland. Right, so let's go ahead and send our men to Viborg, where they'll wait, or rather they can wait outside of Noteborg. We do have a bit of a rebel problem too. Hopefully this doesn't get too intense. I might actually have to harsh treatment them, although I wish I don't have to be honest with you. Let's see if we can increase the autonomy to make these guys happy. We can't. It's because we're overextended and we have no religious unity, and there's separatism, so that's not good. Anyways, let's go ahead and send our men to Noteborg in modern-day St. Petersburg, Leningrad, whatever it is. Anyways, we are going to let the Russian Bear attack us and Novgorod and suffer attrition, because as most of you probably already know, the winters are freaking cold over here. We've got severe winters all across the board. What's the weather forecast? The weather forecast is dead Russians. We're going to have a lot of Russian attrition that's going to be suffering upon the border here, and that's totally fine with us. We do not mind. Let the Russians attack. Let them, you know, hit Novgorod and let them take all of that sweet, sweet attrition. I do not mind. In fact, our ally Novgorod's about to get smacked, but that's okay too. If we can get there fast enough, in fact, I might be able to reinforce them, but is it really worth it at this point? I don't think so. We can make some mercenaries. Perhaps we can defend them. I think at this point we probably can defend them. Well, we might as well try, right? I mean, can't help. Or can't hurt, I should say. So immediately, Novgorod's about to be under attack. We will see if we can get there on time to defend them. I don't think we will, considering the battle is not going too well for them. But let's see, maybe we can. We'll get there on the 1st of November. And the battle, again, is not going very well for our allies. We will see how fast we can get there, because if we can turn the tide of war right now, we might as well. And if we can't, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. But it would certainly be nice if we could. Novgorodian separatists are about to rise up over here. Why is the unrest increased so much? It's because of intolerance. Well, that's not good. Well, it is what it is, you know. We're going to have to deal with that anyways. So, again, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to save our ally in time. The 12th of November is pretty far. Ooh, we were not able to save them. But Muscovy, let's see. Cross the river. Is that worth it? Because if we cross the river now, we'll suffer pretty bad rolls. But Muscovy doesn't have a lot of troops. They mainly have cavalry. We might be able to stack wipe them. But that's a maybe. In fact, I'm not sure if I want to risk it. So, let's do this. Let's let the Russian Bear suffer some attrition in Novgorod. Oh, in fact, we can't change our course. We've already overcommitted. Well, that's great. So it is what it is. We can't really change what's happening, so we're going to go ahead and commit. That's fine. We do need, however, more mercenaries. And we do have more tech, I should say, a tech lead on the Russian Bear. We do have some discipline, too, which is pretty good. I guess, yeah, we have to commit, so let's go ahead and commit. Not a big deal. Let's make sure that we do, however, have as good of a leader as we can get. Alfred Hard, he's got a fire of 3, a shock of 1, compared to Muscovy's 1-2. We've got a better general, but we're about to suffer a river crossing, which I'm a little bit worried about. But it is what it is. It is what it is. So our reinforcements will arrive on the 22nd, which is a full 10 days after our men attack. Let's see how this fight goes. It's going pretty well so far. So far, so good. And we've got some men coming through Notburg. Fantastic. We need more reinforcements, so get in there, men. Come on. Let's see how the fight goes now. Let's check our rolls. We're doing well, but we're losing a lot of manpower and a lot of men. But I think we could probably do it. Of course, there's a revolt now, which has basically split up my men. That's sucky. Not good. Yeah, well, we're about to waste some men over here, outside of Ladoga as well. Well, that sucks. That is just beyond shitty. Of course, we're still coring Notburg. But let's go ahead and take a look again to see how we're doing. We've beaten Russia back from Novgorod. That's fantastic news. The bad news is, of course, that we need to beat back the separatists. And there's a lot of them. So we will reinforce on the 13th. How is our roll doing here? It's not doing too well, but we might be able to do a little bit of damage once we get in there and reinforce our men. Just like so. And now we won't have to worry about separatists for a while, which is good. We've stacked wiped the Russians. Well, we've tried to stack wipe the Russians. We were not actually able to do so, but let's see if we are able to take out the separatists. I certainly hope we are. We have lost the Battle of Tivkin. That's not a problem. We don't really care. And we've won the Battle of Ladoga. Cool. So basically, we need to reinforce 7,000 men, and that's going to suck. But what we can do is we can consolidate our regiments because we are in hurt of manpower, and we're not in hurt of money. So let's go ahead and do that. And let's go ahead and hire some more men. We're doing pretty well, actually, at the moment. They've set Archangelsk as the war goal, so we must deny them of Archangelsk. And let's go ahead and hire another men-at-arms. That's fine, not a big deal. Or rather, let's go ahead and hire a Latin Knights. We've lost most of our cavalry in the process of taking out the Russian bear. So let's go ahead and do so. And what's nice is I think our Lithuanian ally is coming to take back this territory that's been occupied, which is fantastic news. There is a comment, if only we had comment since. Let's go ahead and increase our stability again because we're going to have problems with rebel factions if we do not. So that's important. Let's go ahead and do so. And so far the war is going okay. We were able to defend once again the capital of Novgorod. But the Russian bear is up here in Archangelsk and we can't suffer that. So we are going to send our men up there and see what we can do. Again, we are fabricating claims upon Novgorod as we are defending them. It's a bit ironic, but it is what it is. We don't really care. Right, so we're going to meet outside of Kargopol, where we seek to throw back Muscovy, because if Muscovy occupies Archangelsk, that's bad news for us, as that's part of their war goal. Not good. We arrived there on the 12th of March, which is good. Just like so, we're about to have some separatists coming at us from Tevkin, but I think we can defend. It's not going to be a problem. Let's go ahead and immediately set up on fabricating more claims. Oh, I guess we can't. Does Lithuania have access to us? They do. That's good. What else can we do with our diplomat? We don't want our diplomat to be unemployed. We want him to do things. Let's go ahead and fabricate claims on the Hansa. Wait a second, we can't. Well, that sucks. What about fabricating claims on Danzig? Might as well do that. That's not a big deal. So yeah, again, separatists are about to hit us in Olonets, but we're going to be ready for it. In fact, we could probably just go ahead and burn this land. It gives us defensive bonuses. And now I think we should stomp the separatists now that they are attacking us. God, I love just burning the land. It's so nice. Scorched Earth is a really, really nice mechanic that we have in this game. So again, I'm sending my men to take back the Russian annexation of Archangelsk, or rather the occupation, I should say, of Archangelsk. And we should do pretty well. Again, we are going to be defending our ally as much as we can. And we've got another unit being hired in Ladoga. How does our army stand against theirs? They have a much bigger army than us. But I'm not too worried about that. We can hire a few more, perhaps, mercenaries, which might be pretty good. Let's go and do so. And again, Russia is being a bitch. They've got Archangelsk, but again, our ally might be able to take it back, so I'm not too worried. Over here in Kargopol, we are going to wait out the Russian advance. We will get there on the 4th of June. They'll get there on the 12th of June. We'll beat them there. And they're still heading there, so that's good for us, I suppose. Again, we've got a recruit in Kargopol. We're about to destroy yet another Russian army, or at least we're going to try to. We'll cross the river here. We won't. Let's just let them take Kalgrimri, and then we'll take it back from them by destroying them. A force from Novgorod is going into Pskov. We can't defend our ally this time, so we're going to let them die. Not the end of the world. And we have some admin power. I was thinking with the new development mechanic, let's just develop Stockholm twice. That gives us more income. We're going to need to use it later on. So at the end of the day, that's fine, not a big deal. In fact, we are, well, we're ahead of Muscovy in military tech. I am tempted now to raise war taxes. This will give us more money, so we can afford more mercenaries. Let's reduce inflation, like so. That's good. And why is our inflation rising so much? That's the problem here. It's probably because we took out some deals or something like that. I don't even know. Anyways, doing pretty well here. Our ally Novgorod is holding back the Russian advance in Archangelsk. They're doing a pretty good job. Oh, we got some Sami separatists. That's not good. Probably from the Kova. Yes, that's where it seems they were coming from. Let's go and stop our missionary. That seems to be what's pissing them off. And should we put them down militarily? I can't really afford more separatists. But the thing is I think Lithuania will actually put them down for me. So, you know what? We don't need to do that. We can just keep them there. That's fine. Not the end of the day. Or not the end of the world, I should say. And here we go. We've got some Russian troops in Kalmary. We're going to beat them to it. We get there on the 10th of July. They clear there later. So we're going to do pretty well here. Right, so our ally Novgorod has gotten their ass kicked out of them in Pskov. Before you guys are wondering, I don't think I can call on any of my allies to this war because I've guaranteed the independence of a third party. Therefore, nobody will join me in the war anyways, which is most unfortunate, but it is what it is. So again, we are about to destroy the Muscovite army over here in Kalmary, Novgorod. We're doing a pretty good job. We've beaten them back, thus getting more war score, which is fantastic news. And we've got yet another horseman, which is great. What should we do here? We could lay siege and be on the offensive, but I really want Muscovy to suffer some winter attrition, which would give us a heads up. And then that way we can kind of heal up our men, focus on gaining more manpower. Really anything like that would be good. We've got some Sami separatists in Kola. Again, we're going to ignore them. It's not the end of the world. So we are not going to concern ourselves with such a minor inconvenience. In fact, Lithuania will come to the rescue, hopefully. I'm not sure if they will, but, you know, let's hope they do. We've won the Battle of Kargopol. Really, again, not a surprise. We could lay an attack on below zero, as the Muscovite army is otherwise occupied. And we'll get there on the 7th of September, which is good. Again, mercenaries, we need more of them. So let's go ahead and hire some. We'll hire 2 men-at-arms. That's fantastic news. Very, very good. And we're about to stack wipe the Russian army at below zero. Of course, Muscovy has quite a bit of manpower, but it is what it is. Let's see if Lithuania is sending their men up to help me in the Kola. I don't think they are, but they should. We're friends, guys. I don't know why you guys are, you know, acting like we're not friends. Again, we are sending our men to below zero, where they will conquer. The Russians, again, are also sending some men out to defend them, but we should be able to beat them back. And just like that, we won the battle below zero. Good. Really good news. Let's get the fuck out of below zero, because the winter is going to kill us if we stay there. In fact, we will suffer 1 month worth of attrition, but that won't be a big deal, hopefully. So we're going to meet up at Olnets, where we will regroup. And how many horsemen do the Muscovites have? They have 8,000, which is quite a bit more than we do. It might be prudent for us to get some horsemen in the future, but not now. We can afford to wait. It's not the end of the world. And let's get the hell back over to our territory. That could be nice. Right, so we're making a lot of money. But these damn Kola rebels are just chilling in our territory. We need Lithuania to come and help us out. Are they going to? I don't think they will, but I certainly hope they would. It would be nice. So again, we're going to meet up in Olonets, where we are going to regroup. We're going to let the Muscovites take attrition in Novgorod, while our allies, Novgorod themselves, are sieging some provinces, which is fantastic. I don't want them to take any land in this deal, however. I want us to be able to release Perm as a vassal. But really anything that hurts Muscovy at this point will be good, considering we cannot declare war on them organically, as we still have that pesky regency that I was talking about earlier. Right, so we are chilling outside of Ladoga, and we're in a pretty good position now. We actually have more men than they do, but the fact of the matter is that Denmark is useless, considering they are otherwise engaged. Right, so what should we do? We could defend our ally, Novgorod, outside of Lagda. We could do that. In fact, maybe we should do that. So let's go ahead and head that way, just in case. We've lost yet another advisor. Was it one that we were employing? It was, and it was our discipline advisor. Well, that's unfortunate. But we're gonna make more money now. I guess that's there's a silver lining in every cloud. I guess that's what they say. Let's go ahead and hire more mercenaries. Might as well. We can afford them. And we don't have any manpower, so it's about as good as we can get. We do have a Novgorodian army over here in Finland, Swedish Finland, which is good. Maybe we can take back their capital of Novgorod once they take some attrition. So everything is good. So far, so good anyways. And again, we should be able to win this war. It's going to be a close war, but it is what it is. We've got Lithuania. Lithuania to the rescue, taking back Kola. I love Lithuania. They're really a big help, honestly. And let's see where Muscovy is heading. They're heading to the east. They have decided to abandon Novgorod, which is good for us. What are we going to do here? We could take out Pskov. Muscovy already has medium war exhaustion. What should we do? Let's go ahead and split up our force, because we are losing men to attrition. And we will be ready to reinforce any army that Muscovy sends our way, just in case. It would be nice, however, if we could goad Muscovy into attacking our Novgorodian ally. And we should still be making some manpower here, but we're not. We're suffering attrition over here in Olonets. It's not good. Send our men back to Ladoga. These troops in Novgorod are going to get crushed, but that's okay. We can allow them to get crushed. It's not the end of the world. In fact, we welcome it. So it's a distraction, really. Again, we've lost Lapland. That's fine. Lithuania is going to come and save the day. They always do. I'm not too worried about it. And we might want to take more mercenaries. Let's see what the force limit is of Tivkin. It is 19. We can afford another mercenary. Let's go ahead and do that, because the more mercenaries we have, the less manpower we have to waste for ourselves. So that's great. Again, Muscovy is attacking Novgorodian possessions in Russia, but that's okay. We can let them do that. Again, it's a welcome thing. They have to waste their manpower taking out our ally, or I guess our unwilling ally. I'm not really exactly quite sure if we are considered allies to Novgorod at this point. We are really not. Although they like that we've defended their territory and that we've honored their alliance and that we're guaranteeing them. But just so far as they are useful to us is how far we will use them. Because the moment they are no longer useful to us is the moment that we abandon that alliance. It's an alliance of convenience, once again. Our manpower is recovering, which is great. And it looks like Russia's about to fall for the trap. Looks like they're heading straight for my men over in Tivkin. Taking a look at Russia again, they are not in a very good position. How much would it take for us to release Perm? Take 31%. So we need to occupy some Muscovite territory once we are in a lead. We've got another free diplomat. Where should we send him? Let's send him over to Lithuania. Might as well. They're good friends of ours. They take out our rebel problems, and we are quite happy about that. So I think they're about to take back Lapland. Maybe they're not. I don't really care less. The Sami territory up here, again, only has one development in every single respect, so it's basically worthless anyways. So let's see. We've got Russia heading into Torzhkovsk. Let's see if we can beat them there. They get there on the 2nd of May. We will get there on the 3rd of May. We're not going to beat them. But we might be able to do something here. Let's see what we can do here. Maybe we can goad the Russians into attacking us, or maybe we should just sit back and relax and let them suffer attrition. I think I am going to opt for the second, as it was a good idea that we didn't, because Muscovy is right here in full force, heading to below 0. And again, over here in Ladoga, we are going to recruit yet another mercenary force of infantry. And the Russians are split up, which is fantastic news for us. They are now heading to Tivkin. That's not really great news for us, but it is what it is. We can afford to pull back, maybe, because I don't want to be drawn out into a long war with the Muscovites, and we've lost our discipline advisor, which makes me a little bit nervous. So what we're going to do is we're going to shift to the west. Again, this is all strategy. 20th of May, 24th of May. We'll beat them to it. That's fine. Again, the Russians have decided really not to do much in that regard. And the Lithuanians have decided to abandon us in our time of need over here in the north, which is really annoying. See, I would send up men over there, but it's just not worth it. We'll let them handle it. It's not the end of the world. Right, so we've got yet another mercenary. in Ladoga, which is great. And we've got a Muscovite army in Novgorod who's sieging it. Let's check the time. We're doing okay. Again, we have kind of more or less gone really slowly in this war just because we want to win. The Muscovites will get to Tivkin on the 6th of June, and they are going to move into Ladoga. They're going to cross a river, which is great news. They're going to suffer some pretty gnarly attrition. But the fact of the matter is even if I reinforce this army here, we're going to be outnumbered. They're going to have like 33% more men. So is it worth it? I don't know. Maybe we should take out a loan and pump up our army with mercenaries. I think it might be worth it. Let's just go ahead and take a loan. Might as well at this point. So let's go ahead and start pumping some mercenaries. The more the better. We can even afford to pump out some knights as well. So that's a unit of 6 mercenaries. That should be pretty good. And we'll make 6 more in Viborg. Right, so we are going to defend our men in Ladoga. Muscovy has a 3-1 leader and a 1-2 leader. We've got a 3-1 leader. So, you know, it could be worse. I'm tempted to see if we can get a better leader. But with an army tradition of 13, we're pretty much going to be shit out of luck. We're going to reinforce on the 22nd of June. That's great. And again, they're going to suffer a river crossing. So I think I'll be okay. Let's just go ahead and see how this plays out. Oh, you know what I can also do is we can Scorched Earth before they get here to give us even more defensive bonus. I'm going to do that right now. It's going to give us plus 25% local defensiveness. That's great. And now they have to commit. So let's go ahead and see how this plays out. I think we're going to do pretty well here. At least we should. So immediately Muscovy is sending in their men, and they've decided against reinforcing their men. So this is very good news for us. We're going to get there on the 22nd to reinforce them, which we just did. And our mercenary army is about to reinforce too. We've got a Novgorodian reinforcement coming in from the southwest. Life's great. We're doing pretty well now. And most of our army is a mercenary force, which means that we will be able to immediately counterstrike into Muscovite territory, since we will not suffer any manpower losses, which is really, really good news. Again, Muscovy has been repulsed from Swedish land. We have got a relatively large army, and their army is going to strike into Novgorod on the 20th. I'm tempted to just stack wipe them if I can. Let's go ahead and send more of our mercenaries here to meet up, and then we will take them out if we can. Right, so let's go ahead and strike into Novgorod. We're going to get there on the 4th of August, and we are going to do quite a bit of damage to this Muscovite army. Or at least that's the plan. They've got a very hilariously unbalanced army at the moment. And our morale has improved. We are ready to strike, and so we shall. So now that we've got a mercenary army over here in Notburg, we're going to send them out to Tivkin and start sieging some Muscovite provinces for ourselves. And we're doing pretty well in this war so far. I think the Muscovite manpower is tanking. We can go ahead and take a quick look at Muscovy. Their manpower is low, just like ours. They're going to have to rely on mercenaries, just like us. But we're doing okay. I mean, it's not the end of the world again. So we've won this battle. Let's go ahead and consolidate our regiments, just like so. And we can afford to attack Muscovy now. The question is, should we? I think we should. Let's go ahead and send our real army over there and our mercenary army into Tver. We're going to launch an attack on Yaroslavl with our mercenary army. And life is good. We should be able to win this war. I've got about 5 or so minutes left in this episode, but we're doing a really good job thus so far. And we are going to let our manpower reserves rekindle over in Tivkin while we watch Muscovy burn. At least that's the goal, I should say. In fact, let's go ahead and stick our legitimate army in Torvik so they can reinforce anybody that the Muscovites send out. That's good news. So far, we're in the lead. We're winning now. We're on the attack. And I'm actually really tempted to just stack wipe Muscovy over here in Moskva. It would cross a river though, but they're low on morale. Let's just go ahead and do it. Might as well, right? That could be nice if we just go ahead and get rid of their army, take them out for the count. Right, let's go ahead and do that. We're going to go ahead and commit. And over here in below 0, we are just going to go sweep across Muscovy and do the dirty deed. Here in Tver, we've almost conquered it. We're just going to let it tick. Should be pretty soon. And we've taken below 0. Fantastic. Move on to Yaroslavl. And we've taken Tver. Let's see if we can move into... Yes, we can take Moscow before they reinforce their men. Life is so good. We're doing really, really well in this conflict now. We definitely have the upper hand. But Novgorod's not really helping us out too much. That's alright. We don't really need their help anymore. Again, their morale is quite a bit lower than ours. We should have no problem in destroying them. But maybe I should reinforce. It's tempting. But I'm going to keep our... You know what? Let's go ahead and send them out to reinforce. We're getting really good rolls against the Muscovite shit rolls. Again, doing pretty well here. Within the 13th of November. And we're just going to lay siege to Moscow. Fantastic news for us. However, we do not want to lose that much manpower, and we will if we continue to lay siege to Moscow. But, you know, it is what it is. These men will not die in vain. So it's not the end of the world. Let's go ahead and take out the Muscovite reinforcements that are rising up. And I hope this is mainly mercenaries. It is! It's all mercenaries. That's great. That's really good news for us. We're starting to lose more money, which means that we're going to be more in debt. That's okay. Not the end of the world. Again, I will reiterate, it's not that important. So we've taken Tver, which is great. We're going to move onwards to bigger and better things. And by bigger and better things, I mean taking out any of these Muscovite reinforcements that pop up, which we shall do right now. I think the less important thing will be tax modifier. Unfortunately, we can't really afford to lose too much more manpower. So that's fine. We've taken Yaroslavl. Let's go ahead and siege it. And we are still laying siege to Moscow itself, Moscow proper. Muscovy is in a bad position. I think we can all agree. Let's go ahead and fast forward a little bit. I would rather have papal influence, because pretty soon we will be able to maybe proclaim a holy war and get some manpower. That'd be nice. We certainly need it. And again, we have taken Kaluga. That's great. Let's go and take Rezev. Or Rev. Rezev? Is it Rezev? I think it's Rezev. We'll take that. And, ooh, it looks like Muscovy is sending out some men to perhaps take out Yaroslavl, so we're going to send in our men to reinforce them. They're not. But they're sending their men towards Tivkiv. Look at that on the 2nd of April. Can we beat them to it? We can. Let's go ahead and do it. Or at least we were almost able to beat them there. Let's just go this way. Instead, how is Lithuania doing with their rebel problem? They're just like breaking the rebels and letting the rebels repopulate. It's just, it's a nightmare up there in the north. Right, so we are going to attack once again Muscovy. We're going to get there pretty soon. We're going to get there on the same day that they do. So hopefully we're going to beat them. I think we probably should. So we are fighting over here in Tivkiv again. Lithuania, we can release our diplomat. That's fine. And once we occupy Moscow, we will end up being in a pretty good position. I can go ahead and perhaps even make peace with Muscovy by releasing Perm. That'll be the war goal. And take a look at this. Muscovy is sending out their men as reinforcements, probably to Moscow itself. I will be ready to strike back, however. And they're sending their men to Tver on the 13th of June. We're going to get there on the 13th of June as well. What about you guys? You're at the 15th of June. We might be able to do this. It might be possible. You get there on the 13th as well. Let's go ahead and see what we can do here. Might as well, right? So sending men into Tver to defend. We should have no problem throwing back the Russian bear, which I believe we are about to do. Fantastic news, we've won again. And we're going to send some men over to Below Zero, which I want to conquer Below Zero. We've got a claim on it, so we might as well. And yeah, we're in a pretty good position. It's not too bad anymore. I will end this episode as soon as we sign the peace deal. I know it's going over 30 minutes. but that's not the end of the world. We don't really care. We're in a very good position now against Muscovy. I just hope that there's no peace that's signed between Novgorod and Muscovy without my input. That would be very disastrous, and we do not want that. So let's go ahead and attack Yaroslavl. I'm going to wait until we take Moscow and below 0 before I sign peace, and that should be enough. We've taken below 0. Fantastic news. Let's go ahead and move on to Vladimir. And we've taken Muscovy. We could sign peace with the bear. Let's go ahead and do that before we get a bad peace. So they're going to release Perm. Let's see what we can take. We can take... Well, I would like to take below 0, but we can't take it quite yet. That's so sad. I wish we could. Let's just do this. Oh, shit. That's not good. We need to defend. They're going to get there on the 18th. Oof. We're going to hopefully get there in time. Danzig. We're going to reinforce them on the 1st of October. Hopefully that's fast enough. Yes, it was fast enough. And we've crushed the Russians once again. 4 + 4 war score. Let's see if that's good enough. Well, it's almost good enough. God, yeah, I just really don't want Novgorod to sign a peace deal. I'm really, really nervous that they're going to sign a peace deal and that all of our work is going to be undone. What's the fastest way for us to gain war score? Let's take a look. We could take Gallic and these territories over here. Let's just go ahead and do that. As if we do that, we deny them war score, or rather gain very easily acquired war score, I should say. So let's go ahead and work our way over there, just like so. We're losing a lot of manpower, but that's, you know, it's whatever. We'll regroup our military at the end of the day. Again, we are now just deciding to take back as much Muscovy territory as possible, so that when we sign the peace deal, we will basically humiliate them. That's the goal, anyways. Let's just go and attack the Muscovites in Utseg. Up here to the north. We'll get there before they do, which is good. And we can go ahead and send our men over here. Life's great. We've occupied more territory than Novgorod has at this point, which is fantastic. And, ooh, that's not good. We've lost Kotzrum. We need that. That's, you know, that's important. Let's go ahead and send our men south, where they're going to destroy Muscovite reinforcements. They should, anyways. Let's see how they do. They're doing pretty well. I'm going to get quite a bit of tradition from this war. At least that's the plan. And maybe reinforce my men a little bit before they lose. Actually keep them here. So, you know, we're in a good position. I mean, I should probably just go ahead and sign peace. So, right, they're going to release Perm. We're going to take below 0. Why can't we do that? Demands exceed war score. Okay, so we need a little bit more war score. That's fine. We're going to go ahead and do that then. Get as much war score as we can. And once we take these 3 provinces, that should be more than enough. I'm taking Galich. Let's take Kostrym and Utsig, and then we should be good. In fact, we could even take Nizhny Novgorod. Well, we were going to beat them there, but we can't. We can almost beat them there. Let's just try anyways. But we need our good leader, who's dead. So we've got a shit leader now, unfortunately. But it is what it is, not the end of the world. So we've taken Kostroma. That's fantastic. Right, so he's heading to Vladimir. He's probably going to try to take that Muscovy. I wish him good luck at that, because it's not going to happen. Let's send our other men over here to Utsig. And our statesman from Lithuania has died. Let's go ahead and remarry. By the way, how's our... Okay, so we're doing pretty well up here in northern Sweden. The Samite rebels have been basically destroyed. Oh, this is annoying. Let's go ahead and send this guy over here and these guys up here. We need to take back these territories. And that's about it. I think we're ready to declare peace, at least pretty soon. We can't really afford to lose Tver. That would be pretty disastrous. Yeah, let's just go ahead and sign peace. Let's see what we can get here. We still can't take below 0. Well, that is so annoying. And below 0 is actually a pretty good province, actually. So let's continue the war. Send these guys over here. Muscovy's taken Tver. That's just annoying. We've taken Utsig. That's cool. But we want to take below 0. Because if we lose that, then we lose basically what our bargaining chip is. We've taken Kostroma. That's good. So we're going to take back below 0, but the Muscovites might take it back. God, they've taken it back. These guys are like little cockroaches. They just take out whatever, you know, you're trying to take out for yourself. Oof. Right, so we're going to take back below 0. That's fine. Not a problem. How are we doing over here? We're doing pretty well. Okay, we've won. Good. What else can we take? We gotta keep our men over here so we can occupy this territory. They've taken Arkhangelsk, which is bad. It's bad. Let's go ahead and send our men back over. They're gonna cross the river, but we got more men. Hopefully that's enough. I think it probably will be. Alright, but if we do that, fuck, we're gonna lose. See, this is just annoying. This is so much annoying. We're taking below 0. Can't we just make peace with you guys already? You're still not going to accept that peace that we want. That's pretty pitiful. Let's go ahead and take back Arkhangelsk for ourselves. Or even Yaroslavl. Let's just go ahead and lay siege to Yaroslavl. That's fine. Let's speed it up a little bit. I know that this is going over quite a bit of time. It's going to take forever for me to upload this to YouTube if I continue this battle like it's going right now. So we need to take back Arkhangelsk for ourselves. Lose prestige. That's not the end of the world. That's okay. We're going to lose Itzig as soon as we move from it. Or at least that's what I thought we were going to do, but we're not losing it, so that's good. Novgorod has occupied Arkhangelsk. That's good. Let's go ahead and make peace with these dirty Russians. We can't still. Oh, that's so annoying. Maybe we should just give up, honestly. And just let them, you know, release their perm. Because this is getting kind of annoying. And we really can't do much at this moment. So let's just go ahead and do that. That's, you know, it's beyond the point of where I care. So releasing perm, that's good. And we can take Utsig, which is fine. Which means that we still have some war score left over. What else can we take? Take like these shitty provinces over here, probably. Maybe not. Whatever. So we released perm, and we got a land connection to them, which is great. War operations, maybe? No? Okay. Well, we need to be at peace with them, and we don't want Novgorod to really do too much here. So we're going to take Utseg. We're going to go ahead and end this war. They're releasing perm. It's good, you know. We can beat back Muscovy later on. Again, this is about as good as we're going to get. So let's just go ahead and take the peace. Let's take a look again at how Sweden is doing. We stretch pretty far now, and Muscovy is landlocked, meaning that they cannot spread into Siberia. Perm is now independent. In fact, we might be able to vassalize Perm. We can't, but we could guarantee them until we can declare war on them, as we still have a truce with them that'll expire in 1499. So let's go ahead and gather all of the brave men of Sweden, send them over here, Kor Utseg, and let's just go ahead and double check to see how we're doing here. Is really prestige even worth it? Nah, not really worth it. How's our king doing? He's 8 years old. He's getting there. So in the next episode, we're gonna core all of our territories, prepare for war, let our spoiled brat king come of age, so that way we can actually start doing things. Let's go ahead and disband all of our mercenaries and consolidate regiments. That's good. So again, guys, thank you so much for watching. See you on the next episode.